Kai guys, satisfied, ready to go.
For the fans and stands, lights ready to go.
Pick a pose or let's go with the flow and start dancing.
The idol mix
Just gained another anthem. Be so for real. What other kind of place gonna make you feel so?
Is that it?
No,
Dramatic?
not if you see no was gone. Till you had to see grind team minds gone spending each night out of lock to a dream like a moth to a light conversation.
My name is Eggy Drago. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. It was in early 2024 that I decided to go to an idol show in Japan on a whim because my graduated VTuber Oshi really liked idols. Needless to say, I got hooked. I think we like idols. After I met and talked to two English-speaking idols there, Hyria, Haigumi, I realized every single idol has a story, be it why they chase this dream, their ups and downs, and even their future after all this. And that's what I'm here to do, to give idols around the world a spotlight beyond the stage and a place to tell their story. Every idol has a dream and a story to tell. This is IDOLEYEZ.
Here comes a new challenger!
I know. I gotta believe.
A hip-hop alt-idol from the Pacific Northwest, EK joins the show to talk about his latest EP and his route into the Kyoudai idol scene. All eyes on me. IDOLEYEZ, episode 92, EK. Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello, howdy howdy. I am the cream of the crop. I am the yolk on top. This is Mighty Eggy Drago with IDOLEYEZ, episode 92, with our guest for tonight. Is he a rapper? Is he an idol? This is EK, aka Eccentric Kyoudai.
Wait, can they hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oisu Kazoku, it's your boy EK. What is up? Thank you, Eggy, so much for having me. Yeah. Hi. How's it going, guys?
Well, EK, thank you so much for for the most part, most IDOLEYEZ interviews start with me DMing someone to ask them to be on the show. You DM me to be on.
I was like, bro, please let me on the show.
I'm like, I have more, I guess, if you have that dedication to go and ask me for an episode, 99% of the time I'll let you on the show. So like, thank you so much for asking to be on.
Yeah, of course. No, again, thanks for having me. This is fun. I'm usually the one interviewing people, and so like being on the other end is gonna be weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Sean Evans interviewing Sean Evans instead of him interviewing everyone else. But first, before we start this interview, we got to do an ad read for this show is brought to you by Voda Sans Frontieres. Founded in 2025, Voda Sans Frontieres is an event production organization dedicated to running quality Japanese idol culture-centric events throughout North America. WSF's team is made up of dedicated event runners who put the growth of J-pop style idol culture, not their bank accounts, before everything. And if you want to catch an upcoming WSF event, we got Chi's birthday in New York City, Angel's Reign, coming up tomorrow. I think who's there? Heidi Honey, Yumiro Picnic, Irez, they're gonna be performing there. Arrow, live stream tickets are still up and available until midnight tonight Eastern Standard Time. Also,
Go buy 'em!
I think next week we got Pengi Party, Pengi's Seitensai in Miami. Mr. Worldwide, Pengi herself, holding an event in Miami. I think the very first idol event there. So, get a ticket.
True, yeah.
I don't know if there's live stream tickets available for that, but be there if you're in Florida. Yeah. So, but yeah, let's start things off, EK. With a question that I ask everyone, which is, who or what got you into idol culture / J-pop culture?
So I was actually, because I was going through some of these questions yesterday and like thinking, I'm like, that's it. And that one I think is the hardest because it's like, it started very gradual. Because I knew about stuff like Love Live. I got into like hypnosis mic, which I guess you could say is like idol culture adjacent, like in high school. And then I was into stuff like what is it, like Bang Dream. But I think like the first like actual idol thing that kind of got me curious about it was Zombieland Saga. That was like my gateway.
Oh.
Um, and I loved like the concept of like, a whole group of like all these like diverse talents. And it's like I've always been a fan of like group things in general, where it's like each member is like super unique. So that was kind of what started that. And then from there it was probably Hololive. I think that was a lot of people's
Gateway for
sort
sure.
of gateway for either like idol stuff or VTuber stuff. Like I know when I don't know if I don't know if calling it the VTuber boom is like the correct wording, but like there was a lot of folks who like were debuting as VTubers and also kind of like going by the title of idol, or saying, it's like I got to stay within the certain sort of thing to be an idol. And I think that around that time was kind of when that idea sort of started coming into my head, where I'm just like, this would be fun. Like I like the idea of doing this. So that I think somewhere between those two areas was when the sort of seed was planted for me.
So you got into Hololive. I think for a lot of people, because of Hololive, they got inspired to VTube, including me,
Yeah.
myself, and I. You as well, right?
Yeah, it was between that and seeing I forget her name. I think it's like Hanamachi. She was a Niji Sanji member.
Oh,
Um
Hanamachiya? Oh my god.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, that is a deep
Seeing
cut.
clips from her when she had like her dad on.
Mm.
And I'm just like, this is really funny. This seems like really, really cool. And I always wanted to do like content creation and that kind of stuff, like YouTube videos and all that. But I never really like, I don't know, tried to go for it until seeing that. So I jumped the shark a bit, where I went for, or not rather, I skipped a few steps, where instead of like starting with just uploading content, I just went straight to streaming pretty much, and then like uploaded videos on the YouTube channel and that. And here I am now.
So, Love Live, Zombieland Saga, and
Yeah.
then became a VTuber for a little bit, but with Idolize, show about mostly Kaiga idols, I'd say. But like, when did you first discover the Kaiga idol scene? 'Cause I'm
So
curious
that's
about
another
it.
one. Yeah, yeah. It's really tough to pin that down. Like, there was a couple that like I discovered all at once on Twitter. I already kind of knew about Phoebe through VTubing. And then I found Pawn Ranger. And I was like, whoa, this dude's really cool. Like, and like the concept I hadn't really seen or like knew that a lot of folks were doing that. And then from there, I kind of got into that, and then like um I found Barry, and then like it just kind of snowballed from there. I think Pengy was someone who I also found through VTubing, before I found like her Kai Guy stuff. So it was kind of again that gateway of VTubing into just seeing like a lot of them who did like 2.5D stuff, and then seeing their live action stuff, and I'm just like, huh, this is pretty cool. And then by complete like coincidence, I don't even know how I came across it, but I saw the adverts for the 2024 Northwest Idol Fest, and I was just like, I don't know, something compelled me where I'm just like, huh, this could probably be fun. And then from there it just snowballed, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we crossed paths in.
Were you
Northwest Idol
there?
Fest. I was there. I was there as staff.
Okay.
I was, well, I was there as an attendee. Then I turned into a staff because they needed
Okay.
photogs. I'm like, I was too busy like taking photographs, but
I was gonna say maybe we saw each other but just didn't interact.
but we did first interact at yeah, it was
Phoebe's
USIF
birthday.
Phoebe's birthday off Kai,
Yeah.
where I was like low key dying, but yeah.
Yeah. No, we were all exhausted. I was just like, I remember someone was talking about your name. I'm like, wait, is Eggy here? And then I was right by, like your back was facing me. I was right there, and he's just like, hi. I'm just like, oh, what's up, dude?
It's me.
That was really funny.
Because I took Oshikatsu of the cake with Phoebe's Jackie. And I think
Yeah,
you saw that.
I did. Did you stick around to see the Checky that I took with Phoebe?
I didn't, but I think you posted on IG. It was like you just
I did. I
face down
posted
the
on either
ground.
IG or Twitter. I'm like
Yeah.
dead on the floor in a maid costume, and she's just giving like a thumbs up. I love that Checky. I don't like picking favorites, but I think that one's like probably one of my favorites that I've gotten.
Mm.
But yeah, no, that's I huh.
Yeah. You talked about Pawn Ranger, but were you there for Pawn Ranger and Melancholia? They had like a set. They did.
Oh my god,
You
yeah.
recently tweeted about this song, but like it like just went into my head. They did like Okase Man, or they didn't do Airman, but like they did like something related to Mega Man. Like during
It
that
could have
set.
been.
Yeah.
Maybe they did. I don't know. Because yeah, I did go to their 2-man live, and that was my first exposure to both of them. I was really glad I got to see Melancholia, like,
Before,
because
yeah.
shortly after that was when he stopped his activities, and so it's like getting to see him live was just and like kind of knowing like, man, I wouldn't have got a chance otherwise, was also really cool because he's someone I really look up to, just in terms of production value and just his ability. Um, but maybe they did. I don't know. I don't think it was the Airman one, but like Pawn Ranger and I have definitely talked about it's not the same guy. It's a guy called like
Hayade?
Hayden.
Oh my
Hayden.
god.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah.
On
We
Nico Nico
we've definitely
Doga? Oh my god, the parody songs.
we've talked about him a lot. Like both kind of on and off when I interviewed Pawn. Cause yeah, he was someone who I grew up listening to when I was getting like really into Mega Man stuff. It was one of those things where it's like, like Japanese content creators like seeping into like, other people's YouTube regardless of geographical location. And it's like I didn't know Japanese to save my life, but I'm just like, this is cool. It's Mega Man. I like this.
I remember like back in 2010, people used to re-upload stuff from Nico Nico Doga, or they would subtitle it. I would remember a lot of like Hayden songs about like Mega Man, and like there was one with Crash Man, and he really wanted to make love with the Mega Man. It's weird. But,
There was a lot. Yeah, pretty much all the Mega Man 2 songs were very yaoi coded.
Yeah.
And it's like it's funny because like when I first watched it, again, since there was no lyrics or anything at the time, I didn't know what the song was about. I just saw Mega Man. I'm like, this is cool. Like, but yeah, because there was a Bubble Man one, a Flash Man one, and the Crash Man one. I think we're all kind of in that like yaoi sphere. And then like the Metal Man and like Quick Man ones were just like standalone, just about them, and it's just like it didn't connect at all. It's like, well, what are these guys doing? Yeah, I love that shit. He made the Nichijou opening
Nichijou
too, didn't
openings,
he?
like both of them, and yeah.
Yeah. I didn't find that out till way later. I'm just like, whoa, fucking really? That's tight. I thought that was so cool. So yeah, no, I love that guy. Yeah, but the other dude who made the Airman song like did the collaboration with like Japanese McDonald's
Yes.
recently. Yeah,
It's like
it's crazy.
Bringing it back. So Northwest Idol Fest, very first idol event that you went to.
Yeah.
I guess prior to all of this, did you make music? I guess way before your EP, like
Yeah.
types?
So I had released a couple songs, which are still on my YouTube, before I kind of made the official transition into Idol. There was I think probably 2-3 of them, not a lot. One kind of particular standout is a song called EK Magic that I made using a talk box that I have. That one I think it definitely isn't as high production value compared to now, but I think the writing is one that I still kind of look back and I'm just like, there's some good stuff in there. It's a fun song I'd like to maybe go back and try to remake. But yeah, I did a couple of those things. I started making music kind of right out of high school. For some reason it just like didn't click, like figuring out how a DAW worked, and then when I turned I think I want to probably say like 18 or 19, I just suddenly could do it. And then I just started making like video game soundtrack ideas. There was a video game idea that me and my friend had that like we still kind of talk about that was like kind of in the realm of River City Girls. It was gonna be called like Bad Boys Club, just about like these two delinquents like going through like this weird like sort of neo like Tokyo like mixed with like Western culture sort of thing we came up with, and so I just made a lot of concept tracks for that. So that was kind of my first start with doing music, and then from there, I actually wasn't for the longest time I wasn't planning on doing stuff with my voice in it. Not rap stuff even. It's like rap stuff was stuff that I kind of did on the side when I was a teenager. Uh and I kind of didn't really pursue it or do anything with it because I'm just like my stuff sounds so different. You know, it's like none of the stuff I listen to sounds like the stuff that I'm making. It's just like is it even good? And then and hopefully this doesn't cut into another question, but it's like I discovered a little artist called Maury Calliope.
Right.
Yeah. um and you know it's like hearing excuse me, could you please die? I was just like, man, she's like her stuff is really different, and it's like she's taking kind of like a voice acting approach to her stuff. You know, it's like not trying super hard to like to sound a certain way. It's just kind of very unapologetically like her thing. And I was just like, maybe I can do that too. And from there, it's like it really it just you know just kind of snowballed, and now I'm here, and I'm glad that I didn't give up, and I refuse to ever look back. You know.
We're jumping
So,
ahead
yeah.
a little bit with
Hmm.
well, when I listened to the Idol, I could tell very much that you were very much inspired by Miss
Yeah.
Mortis Cordis Calliope.
Miss Corden, our
Um,
dad.
but what other influences did you like really tap into when it came
Yeah,
to lyrics?
for that particular EP, so my writing process in general is like I have to kind of get warmed up, and it's like it's really dependent on like what music I'm listening to that day. I listen to a lot of different kinds of music because like as a producer, I want to be able to like one of my goals is to be able to make at least like one song in every major genre. Because I'm someone who I can't do one kind of thing. I love like when especially when it comes to music, I love all of it so much. So it's like I really take my influences from everywhere. It's like with the Idol EP, that the Idol track in itself, well, I mean, first of all, it's the main instrumental from that is sampled from a band called Paradise League, from their song Paradise Valley. Um, Pretty much like the main body of that song is just a sped up sample of that. Just because like and that in itself is like I took a lot of influence from Moe Shop and a lot of those sort of future funk like city pop fusion sort of groups. So that's kind of where that track comes from. Um as far as the lyrics though in the writing, it's just like I don't know, it all just kind of came to me. A lot of it was just I was feeling so happy from Northwest Idol Fest and just discovering that community and that kind of thing. So all the lyrics for that just kind of just flowed out of me. I wanted it. At the end of the day, the EP was something that I wanted people to see as like my first thing, where it's like, oh, okay, this guy, he might be kind of different, but he's serious about this, and he definitely cares about the community. Um, and so it's like uh, that 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 was I think to answer the question proper, it's like my biggest influence for that song was really everyone that I met. Um, kind of along that short journey in my first year in the community. Um, with I don't know, it's funny because like with all the songs in general, it's like I definitely took influence from people and other artists, but like when you're in the moment, kind of making the song, it doesn't always kind of it doesn't always click with you. It's like, oh, I'm gonna try this thing from this person I listen to. It's like it's just a general vibe. Um, So yeah, I don't know. I guess it's not a very solid answer to that question. I think really it's like my biggest influence is just all of the music I listen to and all the people in the community who kind of inspired me. And just sort of trying to emulate their energy, and sort of bring a little bit of myself uh, into it, just so it doesn't feel like I'm just sort of I'm pantomiming everyone else, you know. Hopefully that answered the question.
Yeah, it
Okay.
did. Yeah, but
Okay. Cool.
um, with well, jumping way all over the place. My bad.
Yeah. No.
But
No worries. I'm cool.
but I am curious because where did the whole where did your concept come from as
Yeah.
EK or eccentric
So
Kyoudai?
yeah. So this is embarrassing, but for lore's sake, I can't hide from the past. So in the VTuber days, EK actually stood for Echikun.
Oh,
I kind of like I the character sort of started as like, so really the EK as a concept sort of started. The lore I had was he was he was the member of a four-person idol group as the only person who responded to the posting, and so he was forced to kind of like uh to adhere to four different archetypes simultaneously. um and the sort of the Echikun angle sort of came from like the this fake, you know, producer character I'd created, where he's just like, oh, you know, it's just like all the this is kind of around the time where it's like, you know, it's a lot of VTubing humor in its early stages. A lot of it just involved with just the kind of like
just sex.
the sex and the lewd stuff. Like, I'm trying not to be too raunchy here, because again, it's just like the EK now and the EK back then, like in terms of execution, were very different. And the thing was, it's like even in those early stages where that was my branding, I never actually leaned into it. I don't think I actually like wanted to do it. You know, it was just sort of what sort of came up when I came up with the idea. So like that's where it started. And now, and it's like I still kind of want to lean into the idea of like the four different archetype thing, but probably more in the music rather than the performance. Because I thought about it and kind of mulled over it in my head, and I'm just like, I don't think I have the chops to execute something like that, because it's like it's kind of tough. But you can still see remnants of it. There was a song I made called Yours, which was like my first time trying to do like a swing jazz sort of song, and I had um the I always mess up their new name. It's like the Reworth or something. They've done pretty much most of my cover art for stuff. Like they did the cover art for EK Magic. They did the cover art for that one. They were going to do cover art of I did a cover of Bad Guy with my friend Iris. And they were going to do the cover art for that too, but we ended up falling out of contact, so I had someone else do that. And they actually also made the logo on my shirt.
Whoa.
I had them make like four different logo concepts. And so, but all that's to say, it's like you can still kind of see elements of that like four-person one-man idol group in there. But it's like I sort of have kind of weaned off it. And so it's like EK now is really more, again, it's just like the eccentric Kyoudai. It's like the role that I find I often take with a lot of people is I'm very I can be kind of, I can be doting, I can be sort of like just a bit of the mom or the dad friend. Because it's like, you know, it's like, I don't know, I I'm empathetic to a fault sometimes, and so it's like I wanted to kind of um I wanted to, what's the word, convey that in my in the sort of rebrand of the EK persona. I wanted to be sort of a figure, particularly for new Kai guys, even though haven't been around for a long time, because it's like a lot of people are getting into this because it's so accessible. And so it's like I wanted to kind of be that figure that like maybe they could turn to, where it's like if they need advice, because I may not have been doing idol stuff for a long time, but it's like music and performance. I've been doing that pretty much my whole life. So it's like I wanted to be sort of one of those figures where people are entering the community unsure about how to do things, and just having that person to just be like, you do it however you want. You know, it's like there's no right or wrong way to do it, but just make sure you're doing it. You know, it's like, don't be scared to put that stuff out there. And it's like, that's the kind of person that I want EK to be now. Again, everyone's big bro. That's sort of the secondary moniker. It's like that's the kind of that's the person I want to be for this community. So that's sort of that's the long answer.
I mean, a lot of development coming from the EK that you were before into just
I like character creation. It's my favorite thing. I can't draw, but I love making characters, and so it's like that's also I think what drew me to this is like I get to make a character and be that character. Like that's awesome. Are you kidding me?
So going I mean, I do want to ask, with the mask,
Yes.
is the mask an integral part of the persona?
I'd say so. It's a mix of two things. Three things. One, it's cool, I think. Because you almost feel like you're like the masked vigilante of the idol community. Again, it's like no one really is doing this, and so it's just like this could be a cool little thing. The other thing though is I'm self-conscious about my appearance, and so it's like and especially kind of being, in order to be an eccentric Kyoudai, I need to not I need to have an extra layer of coverage to be like I'm not being fully perceived, so I can be unapologetically myself without having to worry. It's just like if there's one stage of just being able to sort of just be eccentric with confidence, then it's like I'll take it. The third thing, let's see, hold on, I already forgot what the third thing is. No, I guess it was just those two things. I could have sworn I had a third thing. It was like, yeah, oh yeah, no, the third thing was kind of bringing back to the persona. I want people who, because like even as an alt idol, I don't think it's I don't think it's controversial for me to say I really kind of stick out in terms of the angle that I'm taking with things. Especially when you look at just all the other figures they're in the community, and I'm not saying that is a bad thing. It's just an objective fact. You look at me in like in that Idol Dreamscape group shot, and I very much stick out. But the mask kind of serves to show that it's like even if you may stick out and like not quite fit in, you can still be a part of it. The mask kind of just symbolizes that EK can be anybody. You know, you can be that version of yourself that you're just doing what you like doing wherever it is you want to do it, because it's fun. That's kind of another big part of it is just like the mask, I guess sort of lends the EK identity in a metaphorical sense to anyone else who is thinking about wanting to do something like this or in another community, but feels like they might be too out there, you know? So those are the big three parts of it.
Yeah, I mean, like, we need a lot more, I guess, different concepts when it comes to the Kaiga idols, and it's very much welcoming to have different concepts. Like, even with, I guess, going with the alt angle, with Jared Ife, Aiden, Alex Pinku, you, it's very different, and it does stray away from like traditional moe or kira as they say, like actual idol, but it's good to have different concepts.
Yeah, it's like for instance, I was in Japan a couple months ago and I saw Gangdemic for the first time, and like Oh, dude, they were so cool, and I'm just like, and that's still Idol, like, and I'm just like, oh, seeing stuff like that, or like you said before, it's like seeing like Shetty or Alex or Aiden, or Melancholia or Pawn, like all those ones that don't quite fit like the Moe bill, but are still very much like I never once am watching their stuff and am questioning whether or not they're an idol because I know that they are like of course. Um, so yeah, no, I completely agree with you there.
One mother. What? Oh. One
One
other.
mother,
One mother.
one mother to another, brother.
One other thing I do want to ask about the mask: is it
Mm.
hard to perform with the mask or no?
Yeah, it's the biggest thing is it's just it gets really humid. And I'm looking for and trying to find one because this was the best middle ground I could find with one that covered my mouth but was still kind of breathable. This one in particular is a paintball mask that has the mesh on the front, but a rubber sort of layer on the inside with a bunch of holes in it. And I actually have a sort of a I don't know what you'd call it, like a carabiner, like sort of uh, v- uh, clip strap that I put around the back to make sure it stays on, because this thing on its own does not stay on my face, let alone when I'm performing. But it's like I I I'm very committed to um making finding a way to make this work. Just because again, I think it would be cool if I could. I've performed twice with this particular mask. Once at US Idol Fest for a Gorilla Live, which actually didn't go too bad, except for I think at the end of one of the songs, my mask was starting to slip off. And then for Idol Dreamscape, which went fine for the most part, except I didn't bring water on stage. So by my last song, I was so dehydrated because it was also like the heat was cranked in that building, and I'm wearing a coat and stuff. I gotta tell you, when I come up with like the next idol outfit I come up with is gonna have shorts and short sleeves. Like I can't do this, man. Um, but yeah, it can be tough, but I also have been the big part of it also is just my I used to run cross country back in the day, so I
Oh,
used
so
to have very
you have
good
good
lung
stamina.
capacity.
Mm.
Not so much anymore. And so I've been trying to, get my cardio up, and slowly. Sometimes I'll run with the mask on, very short distances to sort of acclimate myself um to being able to breathe with it on. I unfortunately like I have um I know for a fact depending on the kind of song I'll never be able to really like perform to my like full ability with it on if I do stuff live. But I think with energy and stage presence I can make up for it. And at least I hope so. But yeah, I guess to kind of double back to it. Yes, it's tough, but I've been able to make it work. I would like to make one completely custom, um, that that fits my needs and sort of just do like a that final version for performance. A lot of the time, I actually when I'm at conventions and not performing, I have one that I got from Etsy that's like a normal face mask, but it's also still made of mesh. Um, and so people will see me wearing that one a lot. This one's more just for performances,
See.
but yeah.
Yeah, I remember there's like two instances of like people performing with masks. I remember Onigiri performed with my Oshi's Crazy Fantasy in Japan.
Oh, sick.
She did like a standard 15-minute set, but she still had the mask on. But I'm
Damn.
pretty sure like she's still used to using the mask because like
Right.
every single stream she has the mask. She's walking, she's talking, so it's like she's
Yeah.
used to like that. And then
That's the thing. Some people get like acclimated to it over time, which is what I hope to do.
yeah, and then Yonohate, which is a group that Aiden's really into and like introduced me to. They perform with masks, like I think
Yonohate.
every single set, and then yeah, like 2-3 times a week, just performing with the mask. I don't know how they do it.
It's definitely possible. I think it's a matter of just like getting used to it and like building up lung capacity. Um, because like and it's also like you need to trick your brain because it's like the way it's weird if you wear like a normal like surgical like mask and like try to kind of talk and then like take the mask off, you'll realize you kind of talk a bit differently because your voice just does something different. So it's like it's about also kind of fighting that because otherwise it's like weird because I remember on the topic of Aiden, he told me a story when we did our interview about like performing when COVID was going on and masking was still happening, and wearing the mask and like it just not being able to do it like full power and just thinking like, oh my god, am I getting worse at singing? What's happening kind of thing. It's a very if you're not aware of it, it's a very scary experience.
I would assume so.
Mm-hmm.
So talked about the mask. Shout out to MF Doom.
That's right, the super villain.
Going back to the EP, 4 tracks, 2
Yes.
with features.
Yes.
What was the creative process like for that, and how long did it take?
Oh man. So the creative process was I just had some songs and like song titles in mind. Um and then I had other kind of song concepts I wanted to do. I knew for sure I wanted each one to be different. Because the concept of the album is it's sort of a radio play situation. You're dialing through a radio. You and I said this earlier before the stream, but on the physical release, which is not out yet. Hopefully, I can find time to get that all produced. There are interlude tracks that are basically you dialing through a radio station with snippets from interviews that I had done for the EP. It's sort of the reason why each song is different is because it's made to make it feel like you're dialing through the radio on your car. And so like that was for sure something I wanted to do. As far as how long it took, conceptually I started coming up with ideas after Northwest Idol Fest. And so effectively it took about like a year. A lot of that was because I was also bouncing between working on other projects. I do producing for other idols on the side. Which if you're an idol and you want to get stuff produced, hit me up because I'm always down to work with more people. Yeah, and it was also kind of a mix of like because I was working on stuff with other people. It was waiting on their materials as well, and they had their own stuff going on. And then sometimes like by the time I would get it, I'd be swamped with other stuff like kind of doubling back to Idol Dreamscape. That was something that not only I performed in, but I was also an organizer, working with a handful of very talented folks. That was a very good, very stressful, but very rewarding experience. But that made me very busy, and it made it hard for me to find time to work on that. So I never want to take that long with a large project like that again. But it was a good experience to kind of learn, kind of the what to expect, and just sort of what to do and what not to do when producing something of that scale. So that was that. But I guess to kind of bookend it, it's like inspiration again was just the people that I saw perform, and just wanting to make something that them and other fans could see and just be like, who were in the community. Like the Idol EP is very much for people who are in the community. It's not like people who aren't gonna enjoy it, but there's stuff in there where it's like, especially with the Idol track, where it's like you'll appreciate it more if you kind of know the terminology and know the people. It's very much, again, like I said, a love letter and just a big thank you to everyone for letting me be a part of this, because it's like I have never felt more at home than I have in the Kyoudai Idol community. It's genuinely just been a life-changing experience.
So, because like the intro track was definitely just you, very much first impression.
Yeah.
Just rap. just show who you are. And then you had was Mask Off, Kick, KIC with Pengi. I'm missing the second track. And then
Well, it was Mask Off, What's Up, and
What's Up,
then
and
keep
then
keep it cute. Yeah.
Cute, and then the Idol with Rosie
Yes.
Chu.
Correct.
So with, well, it's kind of crazy that you got Pengi and Rosie Chu on as features. How did that happen?
It's really funny. I literally just at Northwest Idol Fest, I just asked, like, I met both of them at Northwest Idol Fest. I met Rosie Chu in a line for merch, and she gave me a sticker that I still have. Actually, no, I had to get it replaced. It was one of the first stickers I got on my water bottle. And then I met Pengi and actually, this is yeah, because I did my interview with Pengi at Northwest Idol Fest. Rosie Chu's wasn't until after, and Pengi had just talked about. It's like, yeah, I want to do stuff, and I'm just like, would you want to be on a track on this project I'm working on? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I literally just asked. That was like with all my interviews. That's a version of me came out that I just don't normally show, where I just was asking every idol that I met, can I interview you? and just talking them up, and I just like didn't feel awkward or whatever, and like I don't know what came over me. I was just so excited, and that confidence, yeah, just allowed both of them. I just asked, and they were just like, yeah, for sure. So if you're out there and you want to do that, just ask. Again, that's how I got
that's
this.
how you got here.
That's how I did this. I just asked. Like, and it was refreshing because coming from the VTuber space, I was used to just doing that and just being ignored. There was a project I guess I could still actively do it, but I put together these bumpers for as transitions at the beginning of my streams, just with various VTubers and other content creators that I liked, just saying, "Hi, my name is so and so, and you're watching EK Live," like I think probably looking back on it, more of what probably happened was I'd copy paste the message and it would just immediately go to people's spams in their DMs. But like so it's like, but all that's to say, it's like I was used to just kind of asking and people just not saying anything. So kind of getting people to be like, oh yeah, for sure, started just this snowball of me asking more and more people, and then them saying yes, and them saying yes. You know, it's like a lot of the interviews I did at Northwest Idol Fest, I had scheduled ahead of time over Twitter. I think it was Shady, Alex Pinku, Pawn Ranger, although we didn't get to do it until after the convention because we were both so busy. I think Sapphire also. I'm probably missing some other folks, but yeah, all that's to say is like getting them involved. I just asked, so shoot your shot, y'all, if you ever want to do stuff like that, because like the worst they can say is, you know, it's like, oh, I'm busy, or like, you know, it's like they're not going to be like, why would I ever collaborate with you? It's like, I think one thing about this community, because it's still relatively small, is most people are willing to collaborate with other people if you truly have intention to make something and put something out there. So do it.
I mean, yeah, because like this show did not, if I didn't, you know, contact Phoebe via email, this show wouldn't have started. This show wouldn't have been on the ground, off the ground. So yeah, you have to like step up and ask people.
Shoot your shot, man.
Shot. Going back to KIC, with Pengi's verse, did you write that or did Pengi write that?
So I wrote pretty much everything except for the Spanish verse. I had come up with a concept of a Spanish verse because I'm just like, it would be cool getting to, because that, you know, it's a side we see from time to time with Pengi's performances, and I think highlighting like same thing with Rosie Chu. I particularly I particularly chose her for the Idol because there was voice acting elements in the song, and like and it was also just something where it's like someone with that kind of voice would be very fitting. So I wanted to highlight aspects of both of them that set them apart from others. Um and it's like and so it's like I just asked Penguin, I'm like, do you want to include a verse in Spanish? And then I wrote one with Google Translate that sucked. And then Pengy was just like, let me fix this for you. And I'm glad that all panned out. But everything else I wrote and just sort of changed up, and I'm just like, does this work? Because one thing, especially with rap, that I have a bad habit of doing, even for myself, is I write verses that are really hard to do, because I'm just like, this is gonna be really cool, and then like, and I do it, and I'm just like, oh, this is hard, and so like, especially with people who aren't as used to that, I have to keep that in mind. I'm working on a song right now with someone, and I won't say who. You'll see it when it comes out, but it's like that's something I've kind of been needing to keep in mind. Is just like they approached me, just being like, I want to try to do more rap stuff. I'm like, for sure. And I wrote a verse, and then when we did recording for it, I'm just like, I should maybe make this a bit easier for you, which is like, because you don't have to do crazy flow stuff in order for a rap to be good. We're past the era of like who can rap the fastest.
Oh,
It's like
Tech Nine.
yeah, right. We are not in the era of the worldwide choppers anymore. It's like, it's still a cool thing, and if that's your thing, like, go for it. But it's like, technicality is not the only thing in rap that will make you revered as a good rapper, unless that's the only thing people look for. It's rap for me. There's so many different facets of it, and it's just like, if you can get good at all of them, it's just another thing in your toolkit, and then it makes your stuff consistently fresh. Even if you have a similar writing or delivery style, you can change up your flow, or you can change up your speed, or you can change up your delivery. It's like, there are so many different ways to attack making a rap, and is why I love it so much. Because it seems like it's a limiting genre to people who don't really like fuck with it, but it's really not. Hip hop is a whole world in itself. Like, it's vast, and it's beautiful, and I love it. It's so good.
Jumping
Yes.
back into that, how did you really first get into hip hop?
So it's funny, I didn't really get into hip hop proper until after high school. I don't know which artist I was coming up across first. The Coop was one of them. I found a couple of their songs. I had like a very short Eminem phase, like maybe a couple months. And then I was kind of like, all right. It's like he's one of those guys. It's like I can see why people enjoy his stuff. It's my problem is his delivery is so distinct. It's like eating rotisserie chicken every day for the rest of your life. It's like, it's cool at first because you're like, all right, chicken, and then like you're a month in, and you're just like, can I get something else? It's like, and that's not me dissing him at all. That's just like how my brain is. I require diversity. I can't have the same of one thing for too long. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, it started to come around that time. I just was finding artists here and there. And I'm still finding artists, man. Again, it's like, there's so many different ways to do hip hop and rap. And so it's like, you'll never find a guy that is doing something exactly the same as another guy. Well, maybe that's not necessarily true, but I don't know. With all the guys, I listen to a pretty mixed bag. It's like, top 3 off the dome is like KRS-One, love that guy. I guess I could include Tyler. It's just like, I feel like it's such an easy pick, because it's just like he's so different from others. But it's like, I don't know. I do, especially just his most recent album, or I like that one a lot. And then it's tough, because there's a lot of ones I really like. I don't know. I don't, picking a third is really tough, now that I think about it, because there's I guess Gangstar. I like that guy a lot.
Wow. All right.
Him and Karis One. It's like I'm really into that New York boom bap type shit. Like that's something that has a very special place in my heart. Um, uh, I think close second, Joey Valence and Bray.
JVB.
Yeah, JVB, make the booty go. They're another a duo that I really appreciate, just in terms of a lot of their stuff is so different. Like every track. And then of course like freaking DMX and well, I don't know, I could go on. Honestly, it's like I got a lot of favorites. But like I guess to kind of bring it back to bookend it, it's like hip hop for me was a snowball effect of finding all these different artists. And it's like and I will say, just to kind of, it's like, just because Moi Calliope is not on my top favorite rappers list does not mean I don't like her music. I very much like her music. She's I just wouldn't put her in my favorites. I respect her and look up to her as an artist a lot, for sure, though. It's like off with their heads is a song that definitely kind of kept me going through, like, when I hit creative slumps where I'm just like, freaking, when I gotta lock in, that's the song I listen to, you know. So she's definitely kind of just in that circle, just not in my top list.
I think for me, we are straying away from talking about your stuff, but like with
No, dude, it's I don't care, man. Like, it's, again, like I said, it's like I'm cool with just freaking talking about hip hop. Like,
I think, like, yeah, I was not expecting the KRS-One and Gangstar.
I love that guy, dude.
But...
And have you seen like some of the seminar lecture he gives at colleges?
Isn't he like he has like the Church of Hip Hop, right? Or is that a different?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And some people think he's a little goofy for that, but it's like, I don't know, the fact that he was there during hip hop's like early inception in like New York and stuff, you know, knowing like Grandmaster Flash and like Africa Bambaataa and that kind of stuff. It's like, I feel like he's kind of earned that a bit. I don't think it's goofy for him to, you know, to take that lens. I gotta send you one of his. He gave a really interesting talk at a college. That that made me really enjoy his stuff and his perspective. But no, yeah, I love that guy. What is it? I think it's called like Step Into a World. You know, the and he's got like you got that line where it's just like I'm not number one. Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I was just like, fuck yeah, dude, let's go. I love that. I love that bar so much. It's fucking like like, it might be a little goofy, but it's just like, I'm like, fuck, man, this guy's serious. Like, I love that song so fucking much. He's someone too who, like, he's collaborated with a lot of different artists, like, from all over the place. There's a cipher where he's on track with a German rapper, a Japanese rapper, and then it's him. And I'm just like, fucking, all right, dude, let's do it. Like, yeah, no, I love that guy. He rocks.
I guess, like, going back to Cali, because, like,
Yeah.
Cali, sum it up for me. Old Cali was really good. Like, that's seeing a rapper VTuber for the first time, getting into VTubers way back in, when did they debut? September 2020. That's when when I just got into them, and seeing Cali doing Could You Please RIP, I'm like, yo.
That was the thing. It's like the only other one that I knew that was doing it was this guy named Xander. Who I think is still active. He like makes his own beats and that kind of stuff.
I think I follow them. I think they're
you might, yeah. He got pretty popular for good reason. He was like the only other one, and then there was like there was one other guy. I can't remember his actual name, but his like handle was like The God or something, like GAWD. His stuff was pretty cool too. I didn't follow his stuff as closely, but I came across his rap stuff at one point. I thought it was cool. Hold on, I need to get some water really quick.
But yeah, with Cali, her old stuff for me was really good. And then when she signed with UMG, and then Cinderella happened, and it really went downhill.
Yeah, no, that's the conversation I think a lot of people have. It's like I and my reasoning with it, because I pre-ordered and bought her debut UMG track, and then I put it in my car, and I was just like, oh. I just didn't. I didn't fuck with it, and it's like, and I genuinely think part of the reason with it. Hold on, I'm gonna take my jacket off. It's freaking, it's hot today, and my room does not have good AC. But I genuinely think part of that was like, Universal Music was just like, we got to put out tracks for your debut thing, and Callie was kind of just not sure, and just sort of worked with like whatever producer, because like.
Yeah.
I genuinely think a lot of it was the producers she was paired up with. It just didn't fit her style. Some of them I like some stuff like Make 'Em Afraid. I like that song. I think it's fun. I think it's catchy. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. She definitely, especially after how good of an EP Unalive was, in my opinion. I don't know. A lot of people disagree with me on that one. But like, next to her debut EP, I think Unalive was my favorite. Freaking the Camellia songs, like Huge W, freaking Dead on Arrival. I love those tracks so much. They're so fun. Especially because like with Dead on Arrival, it was like a swing track, and kind of without addressing elephants in the room, she has experience doing electro swing sort of stuff. And so, like, going from that into like unfamiliar territory for her, I think it was bound to unfortunately be a bit of a shaky start.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I didn't like just be like, man, she sucks now, and just like up and left. I'm glad I stuck it out, because like her more recent tracks where she's leaning into more of a rock thing, that's definitely where
It's
she's
way
more
better.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she definitely like just needed to find her footing, and just sort of like get into that groove, because she found it. I think like the last 2 or 3 have been pretty solid, and even was Cinderella the one with like the tracks based off the 7 Deadly Sins?
Mm.
Or was that no Cinderella was the
the
debut one.
I think Seven Deadly Sins was like Jigoku 6, wasn't it?
No,
Or-
that was the
was-
one after that one.
yeah,
But anyway, the one that was like based off Seven Deadly Sins, even that one like had some stuff in there that I liked. Wanted Wasted is a really solid track. I even like the even what's the one? The one about like the one about being hungry.
I don't remember
That
the
one.
title.
Okay, even that one, like as goofy as it was, it grew on me. It's like, part of it too is like around the time it came out, I was kind of in a bit of a snobbish phase with music, because I was letting people's opinions influence me in terms of like, if something isn't cool, or like fits a certain vibe of like, even if something's a little cringy, then it's like, then it sucks, which is just like, it was such an unfair stance to take, and it unfortunately is the position a lot of people are taking with stuff. And I mean, we see that with a lot of people as outside observers, kind of bringing it back to Kaiga idols, and also VTubers. A lot of people who kind of don't get this thing just trash it immediately, which is such a bummer.
Right.
I mean, we saw it with it without getting too much into it, because it's been talked to death. But it's like we saw it with when Barry was first starting out with Sorbet. That was just such an unfortunate event, and I'm genuinely so glad that like, I think because I know Barry's obviously still doing stuff. Alice is still doing stuff. Who was the third member? Do you recall?
I don't remember, but like they're not
Okay.
really doing.
Yeah, and for
much,
what
I
it's
don't
worth,
think.
it's like I hope that they're all right too. But it's like stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I just will never understand if you like just not liking or not understanding something, and your first reaction is to
This
think that it's
sucks.
yeah, it's such a it's so unfair to like both the thing that you're criticizing and also you to just sort of pass something off that you might like. It's just like and also just I'll just I don't personally understand like spending exorbitant amounts of your time into stuff that you don't like.
Right.
It's like what's the point? Like life is already short enough. It's like
You just- just
why you know
being
again
so hateful for
why
no reason.
yeah, exactly. So to kind of bring it all back, it's like I was kind of in a variation of that when that stuff was coming out. And now I've sort of come around where I'm just like, fuck it, man. It's just like, it's like even if it's like, even if I don't fuck with it, it doesn't mean I have to, you know, like because I don't fuck with it, it means that I don't have to dedicate my time to it. Like I'd much rather dedicate my time to stuff I enjoy, you know. So it's like, yeah. And again, she's found her footing. She's doing fucking anime OPs now. Like her track for like Gachi Yakuda.
Oh yeah.
I love that shit. Go Getters. I didn't watch the Suicide Squad Isekai, but I do
But Go Getters
really
is so
like Go
good.
Getters.
Yes.
It's super fun. What else? Didn't she do one for like Gundam or something recently?
Did she?
I don't know. I feel like something came out. I unfortunately just in general I haven't really been
She
following
did like a
Hololive
One
much.
Piece thing.
Yeah,
like,
well,
way back.
yeah, the Egghead arc, she did something for that, but I could have sworn there was something else she announced recently. I forget, but yeah, I mean, it goes to show it's like if like she was doing stuff the way she liked to do it, and like isn't stopping, and it's paying tremendous dividends for her. So it's like it's a mantra I live by, and it's why I mean. I'm also really stubborn, and I refuse to find myself in a position anywhere other than the place that I want to be.
Right.
And so it's like I will keep working at this, however long it takes. Even if what it looks like changes a bit, because it's like for me, it's like I just want to do media production as like a full thing. Like that's what I love doing. And however that looks, kind of down the line, it's like I'm not gonna give up until it comes to fruition, because the people I look up to didn't either. So it's like, why should I? So yeah.
Jumping a little bit ahead. We're all over the
Mhm.
place. This is a very
Yeah, no, I dig it. I like it. That's how my brain works, so it's perfect.
But we talked about Callie. We talked about a lot of Kaigai idols that you look up to. But are there any other VTubers or Kaigai idols that you take influence from?
Yeah, Sherry for sure. Is someone I have immense respect for and just really look up to. Eh, like I've talked with her a handful of times, and it's like, uh, we definitely are very same brain. Phoebe and I are someone else where I'd say we're same brain as well. It's like after the first interview I did with her, she was like, "Can I like add you on Discord? Like I feel like we're really similar people." I'm like, "Well, yeah, sure." So like, I think those two are definitely up there in terms of like idols I really look up to. Melancholia again is in the Jimmy Memu is also someone else who like I did I say the name right? Is that
Jemmy? Yeah, I'd say so.
okay? Good. I haven't I haven't interacted with them too much, but it's like I came across on like Spotify, and like he's someone else who's like fucking like really doing it big, and while self-producing. It's like it's very admirable, and it's like it keeps me going too. I think that's the thing too. It's like with Jimmy, Mimu, and Sherry, since they also self-produce, as someone who self-produces as well, it's like it's cool kind of um seeing how others are doing it, and sort of all of us kind of being like, I don't know, quite know the right words. As far as VTubers go, I mean, aside from Callie, shoot, I definitely know that there is one, and I just can't think of it. I don't know. I guess VTubers. Again, I'm not as into the community as I once was, so that's a little harder to pinpoint. So I'd probably say like those two, plus Callie, and like there's one other person who I'm gonna kick myself that I forgot. But for now we'll just we'll just leave it at those couple. I mean, I think really just in general, every idol that I see perform, I look up to some degree. I I feel like I'm in a bit of a different position for some, where it's like, yes, I'm a fan of their stuff, but I see us more as colleagues than I do as like a fan performer relationship. And kind of see them as like people. I like the people I look up to are people who I want to work with. You know, that's eventually how I see it. It's like I'd love to do a song with Sherry. I'd love to do a song with Phoebe. I'd love to freaking I know with Universal Music it's probably not possible, but it's like doing a song with Callie would be really cool. Maybe, you know, but is it is it kosher to bring up Demon Days?
I don't mind. Like, I don't
Okay,
really
cool.
care,
I don't know
so.
what people's rules are, but like, I think it's more realistic, that I like. It would be cool to do a song with Demon Dice,
Right.
because I think that's the more realistic route, and like, I don't like using this terminology, but it's like, in terms of the people that I know, the degrees of separation between me and Demon Dice are getting smaller every day, and I'm just like, there is a non-zero chance that like our paths might just happen to cross, and I hope I don't freaking I hope I can keep my cool. So yeah, I think those folks are definitely ones I'd look up to and I'd like to work with for sure.
I always say for me, I always say to Ando whenever we see like either a mutual or someone interacting with like a high tier VTuber or person, I'm like,
Mhm.
we're like 1 or 2 degrees of separation from them. That's crazy, you know?
And my roommate says that all the time, just because of all the people that I know. Like, I I think without getting too much into it, I'm friends with some folks who are part of a pretty popular uh show that called Digital Circus, that just got like a theatrical release. And they also know a lot of pretty prominent people. So it's like anytime I bring that up, my roommate always just goes, "Man, I'm like, you know, 2 or 3 degrees of separation from like so and so and stuff." And for me, it's weird kind of being in the middle, because I'm just like, these are just people I've known for like a long time. Like, it doesn't feel that way to me. It's just like, you know, these are just people that I know. You know, it's just they're just people. They're just people who have done cool stuff. You know. I say that, but it's like, if you were just like, hey, you know, let's go to this thing, you're gonna meet Demon Dice, I would not be able to have the same like mindset. I'd be like, holy shit, I'm meeting like freaking I'm meeting the Demon Dice. My cat came into my room just now and she wants attention.
Might as well head into future slash retrospect.
Sure.
We are halfway into the year, but are there any
Yeah.
goals that you want to achieve before the year ends?
Yes, perform at US Idol Fest. I actually almost got a chance to, but I messed up my form. It asks like if you're a VTuber, and I'm like, I've done VTubing, so technically yes. And so they technically accepted me, but it was like as
As
a
virtual
VTuber, but
Stardust?
I'm like, wait, shoot, I don't know, I'm not gonna bring the means to do that. And they're like, oh shoot, we don't have any in-person slots. I'm like, dang. So hopefully if I re-up with that, I think particularly of being part of Northern Lights would be really cool. Because I love that that lineup. Uh, before the end of the year, I have a couple tracks, like personal tracks, that are almost done that I want to release. So probably just release those. Um, put on successful idol events with Rain City Idol Committee. We have some stuff we're working on, so it's like kind of on the more technical organizer side of things. Doing that would be big plus. What else? What else can I do that's like realistic within the span of a year? Get better lung capacity. That's a big one. And I think just getting to make more demo tracks for more Kai guys. I have a whole list of folks on a list of sticky notes on one of my monitors, with like with ideas that are either that range from I have a whole demo track made, I have ideas in my like voice notes app, or we've just talked about it. Like I have so much stuff that like I need to have the time to work on. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I think in terms of reasonable expectations, it's probably that performance, and hopefully there's another convention I'm hoping to hear back from that we'll see. Maybe I'll get to do that too. But I think just in general, getting to do more live performances. Unfortunately, Pacific Northwest, a lot of the stuff is down in LA.
Yeah.
And that's kind of why with Rain City Idol Committee and stuff like Idol Dreamscape, we're trying to bring more events here. And then you also have like Magical Melody doing a Kawaii Night Skate, and then you have, it's like a lot of other idols doing stuff. Kirameki, I think, is one that can't be overstated, like the work that they've been putting in here in the upper Pacific Northwest. So it's like we're trying, but it's like definitely with the East Coast and LA scene, there's a lot going on there, and I'm able to kind of withhold my jealousy and just be like, I'm happy I'm happy for you guys. It's cool. I just wish I could be there. So anyway, I kind of went off on a little tangent there.
All good. We might have to take a quick break because I am getting a call out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, no worries.
I am so sorry. We'll
No, that's fine.
be going to the BRB.
Okay, I was gonna say I can entertain the audience.
No, we'll go to the BRB screen. It's fine. It's
Oh. Guys, you're not gonna believe it. No, I was gonna come up with a bit, but I can't think of anything. Also, in between, I need to mention in terms of people who VTubers look up to. I completely forgot to mention Crazy Ollie. I love her so much, and that's another person where it's like if I could collaborate on something with her, that would be really cool. I look up to her immensely for her energy and her ability to connect just varying parts of the community. I think it's so cool. So I needed to make sure I mentioned her. Anyway.
Right. So a lot of events. USIF, WSF is probably gonna have stuff in the future.
That's true.
Otakon, maybe.
Yeah. Man, I guess it's just I didn't get accepted to Otakon, unfortunately. And like I honestly, I should have preemptively bought a ticket because, actually, no, I probably shouldn't say, because I was gonna say someone's gonna be there who I really have wanted to see, and I'm very sad that I'm not gonna see it. But I realize I don't think that they have made the announcement, so I'm not gonna say anything. Never mind. I almost did spoilers.
Spoilers. um, yeah. You talk about producing for a lot of people. Talk about producing for yourself. But what are some topics that you wanna like write about in upcoming songs?
Oh, that's tough. Cause when it comes to concepts, um, they just kind of come to me like 9 times out of 10, the concept of the song happens as I'm writing it. Um, uh, like "What's Up," for instance, literally just came because like the sample I talked about it on Twitter comes from there's a coworker from a job I worked, and our greeting every day is I would say is one of us would start, we'd say "what's," and then we would try to predict when the other person said "up," and it got every time we did it got more and more aggressive. And that's actually where my call and response comes from, is I just say "what's," and then the audience responds with "up," because I think it's a really good way that fits my vibe and like gets people hyped. But like as far as concepts, I don't know, I want to do more character songs, again kind of tapping into more of that four different archetypes thing. um there's one that I want to, I don't even know if it'd be for me, I because it wouldn't fit for me, but there's a song I want to write for another idol. I don't know who yet. That's like a tsundere song. And it's gonna be called like "Tuned Out." And I have like a chorus for that and stuff. It's still kind of early, but it's like I'd love to do more songs kind of like that. They're just fun little character songs. Um, uh, cause I do, I write, it's like I can write personal songs about like my personal life all the time, but like the unfortunate truth is most of what I do is kind of just working on music. My life, I have a pretty boring life outside of this. So it's like I don't have a lot to pull from, unfortunately, and that's something I'm trying to fix, because my writing definitely does better if I'm out doing more things. There's one song in particular that is a very personal, very powerful song to me, that I came up with after Northwest Idol Fest. I don't know when that'll ever come out because it hasn't even been like turned into a demo track yet, but the lyrics and everything else are all like written and the melody's all written. I just need to find the time to sit down. That's actually one that I have a person in particular I want to work on it with, a different another musician. And so, but man, other concepts, because that's definitely a head scratcher. I think just, yeah, I think in general just more character songs, more fun songs that don't really dip too much into the way of real life and sort of kind of transport you to this lore-based world that I've built. There is actually an EP that I plan on making, that without spoiling too much, the concept is basically it's an audio drama in between about a hitman going from place to place, and each song is influenced by the area that he's going to, in terms of like what genre it is. And so that's something I'm a huge fan of concept albums like that and stuff that just sort of takes you on a journey. um and also just sort of works in, because the angle I want to take to where the idol was radio, I want this other one to be more TV, and I have some people in mind I want to do. I want to have record sort of TV bumper interludes, in sort of the Toonami sort of style. So more stuff like that really just shows my love for media and just kind of transports the listener. The Weeknd actually did an album that I finally listened to recently called, was it Dawn FM?
It was Dawn FM. It was like old
yeah,
man.
I was I forget, yeah, The Weeknd, but he's old.
Yeah,
I
he's
just
old.
forget if that's what it was called. Yeah, it had Jim Carrey doing the interludes. Like, and I had already come up with my idea like before that, but it's like I'd listened to that recently, and I'm just like, yes, like this is the kind of thing I want to do. I love stuff like that. So I think more of that is what I want to do. More concept albums.
I usually ask like, oh, like a lot of idols watch this show for some reason. But what is like some general advice you would give to people performing or like, idols in general?
Yeah. There's a lot. I think the easiest one in terms of like my own experience, um, work on the biggest thing to work on. Because working on dance is good, working on vocals is good, working on stage presence is good, but the biggest thing to work on, is learning how to put yourself in the mindset that you're just having fun, kind of performing to some friends, like you're at karaoke or something. I think getting those nerves out, learning to kind of get in the mindset of you're doing this because you like it. That's very important. And also, take it from me, there's no concept that's too out there. You could if you genuinely like have a love for this, you can find a way to make your concept as like an idol work. Um, it's all about the confidence. You like, and even if like because I can't dance to save my life. My moves are extremely lacking. But my vocals and my stage presence are something that I've worked on for a long time. And so it's like that's me finding my way to compensate for that. So it's like if you and compensate feels like a mean word, like you need to be at some standard, which you really don't. But find out what your strengths are. And while you're working on the other stuff, find a way to implement those strengths in what you're doing. As I guess the more important thing is like if those strengths are things that you enjoy doing. If you just happen to be like good at piano because your parents forced you to take lessons, like, and you have a weird relationship with it, maybe don't do that. But like, you know what I mean. Just I think all of it just culminates in make sure you're having fun. Because it's supposed to be fun. Even if and when you get to a point where you might be doing it for more, like where you're able to do it more full time. It's when you're in a position of, there's a lot of idols I could name, but it's like because there's members in the community who are doing this as their full time thing.
Right.
And I think something to aspiring Kai guys or Kai guys who want to reach that point, make sure that you're having fun by the time you get there, and also realize that when you get there, it's not going to feel much different because it's not going to be like and then you're suddenly here, because there aren't really like record labels out there that are signing for this kind of stuff. And honestly, in my opinion, I think that's a good thing, because it breeds more independent creators, which is I think the way to go. But it's 9 times out of 10 it's going to be gradual. So by the time you make it to that position, you're just kind of like, oh, I guess I'm there now. That's something that I've learned is, I've made progress and strides and stuff, and it doesn't feel the way I like expected. It really doesn't feel any different at all. I'm just doing a different thing now. So that's another thing to kind of I guess keep in mind. It's not going to feel that different, and that's okay. Because it means that you got there at your own pace. You got there when you were ready. So yeah, that's kind of my jumbled advice, I'd say.
Yeah, I would think most idols, I guess idols in general, are gonna be like do this for fun. If you are doing something that you aren't liking, like it's not. What's the point, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree, and I don't feel like you need to. There's a lot of pressure from a lot of folks, and really it's a lot of folks who don't even actually know the fundamentals or really what goes into the J idol community or the scene. Don't put yourself in this position where you want to do idol stuff and then feel pressured or inadequate because you don't have original stuff right off the bat, or you're not the best dancer, or you're not the best singer, or you don't have like a really intricate costume. Like, just get it going. It's like I I I'm someone who's very fortunate where it's like uh, I already kind of had background in making my own music, so I could just kind of start it and just like put my stuff out there, kind of thing. You know, it's like I was able to put in that time over the years, and I'm grateful for that. And not everyone's in that position, and so it's like just because you might be starting out and like not have a lot, like don't let that don't let it make you think that you're any less of an idol. And don't let that make you think that you shouldn't keep doing this if you're enjoying yourself. Because you're depriving the world of something that only you can do. And that to me is a tragedy. So please just like keep doing what you're doing. And I look forward, if anyone watching who might be like aspiring, I look forward to seeing you up on stage, and I will if and when I see you, I will cheer my heart out. And that goes to people who are currently performing too. It's like if I haven't seen you perform yet and don't know you already, it's like know that I'm cheering for you even if I can't be there. So let's get it, guys. Yay.
Right. I think on Igor, Tyler had like a line about wasted potential, or like he's
Yeah.
like, I hate wasted potential, and it's like
Mhm.
if you want to be an idol, you have to just put yourself out there.
You have to believe in yourself. Like a lot of people will say like in a joking way like you have to be delusional, but it's like I don't think it's delusional to think you can do something just because it's hard. Um Especially nowadays where it's like it's never been more accessible to be a content creator or be a musician, that kind of thing. It's like yes, it feels daunting because of how many people there are. But if you're only going for it so you can like so you can get a fast track to like point A to point B, like maybe reconsider your execution, because it's like this kind of stuff, unless the entertainment industry in general, it's like the bottom line is it's like if you it's like what's unfortunate is who is kind of secondary to how good you are. And it's like that's not to say it's like if you're really good and you don't know the right people, you're never going to get anywhere. It's just a matter of like I don't know. I have seen I've seen a lot of music nowadays with producers and people behind them, and them themselves are like I've seen people with like 200 views or 200 like followers on TikTok who are who are making better stuff than this kind of thing. It's like, and that's the most I'll ever go in terms of throwing shade at anyone, because it's like not who I am. I think it's gross. But all that's to say is like be patient with yourself if you're going at this alone and you don't kind of have like or if you know people who can kind of help you out and like uplift you in areas that you're not as strong in. It's like helping with promotion or helping with like editing for your photos and that kind of stuff. It's like if you have folks you can work with, then great, because it's more fun like working on stuff with people. The one thing that I didn't like about producing like one thing that I don't like about self-producing is it gets lonely sometimes. So that's another thing, is like work with but you're not lesser for working with people or getting help from people. You'll just learn stuff faster. Like it's literally like it's the way to go. And it's just more fun, in my opinion. Working with that's another thing I love about this community, is so many people are jazzed to make stuff, and if it means working on stuff with other people, then they're golden. So yeah, that's yeah.
C-Line, MVP of the chat, he asks, with a multi-persona concept and lore-based songs, do you see any parallels between yourself and the malleability in Vocaloid concepts and scene? Like with Miku, you see Miku
Yeah.
as a stalker in monitoring, or as delusional in Aishite Aishite Aishite, or all over the place. Miku's Miku.
Yeah.
What about you?
That's it. Yeah, that's an excellent point. I hadn't directly considered that. But you might have actually just like cracked the code because like I had wanted to go about that, but wasn't sure how to execute it. I didn't even think about that in that context. Um, so initially no, but now I might. Like that's a because there's a lot of different kinds of songs I've wanted to make that don't quite fit like my general persona. But huh, you got me thinking. Who's that in the chat?
See line 87.
Sea Lion, you may have sparked inspiration in me. I appreciate you, man. That's a really good perspective. I like that a lot because I listen to some Vocaloid, but it's mostly I'm a pretty diehard Teto fan. It's like if it's got Teto in it, I'm gonna listen to it. I love her. Um uh but like with that, it's like I haven't scratched the surface of Vocaloid as much as I wish I could. So yeah. But no, good idea.
We talked about one performance, but like, what would you consider your very favorite performance that you've done?
Out of the two that I've done, honestly, I think probably my first one, the Gorilla Live I did at US Idol Fest, because my dad flew down to play guitar.
Mm.
Um, and that was just a really personal thing, and just like, oh, so my nose is so itchy. Um, it was a very personal thing, and then it was like you didn't really see. It was like the crowd was predominantly Thai guys who I had worked with and talked to. Like I think it was like Shetty, Pastel Roulette. There was like one other. Illexite. They were there too. And I think some other folks. And I'm sorry if I forget anyone, but it was just like that. I don't know. Not to say that Idol Dreamscape wasn't an important thing, but that more intimate, close performance, and then my dad who really didn't know a lot about Idol stuff, and then was getting, I took him to some of the shows. He got to see like Phoebe, he got to see Pastel Roulette, and like this side of like, because I haven't lived with my folks for quite some time, and they so they kind of only have bits and pieces of the kind of stuff I'm doing. It's only really what I tell them. So that was because of him, getting to see that and what I've been up to. That was also a very personal performance. I had a pair of glasses and a mask for him as well that he wore during the thing. So yeah, I definitely say that's my favorite one that I've done.
Straying away from talking about you, but might as well, because it's the only time I'll talk about it. I heavily doubt I'll talk about it in the future, but like, what would you consider your favorite like hip hop projects?
Oh, dude. Right now, Don't Tap the Glass is still in heavy rotation for me. I not quite hip hop. It's really more R&B, but I want to mention Dawn FM again, just because it's like still fresh in my mind. Party's Over by JVB is really good. Oh, there's more. There's definitely more. Unalive, More Calliope, great one. Oh, Psyche Origami. I don't know if you're familiar with them. Check them out, man. They're another group that like they do mostly concept albums. It's I think 2 or 3 guys. But they had a concept album about just like it's just a dude working at a gas station. And it's like I think if memory serves, it's like a mix between like one of the ones is literally just him rapping about working at the gas station, and then like also just some like there's one called Intellectual Property, which is kind of like a cipher with a series of different people making fun of misleading infomercials that like have nice wording to them but are very clearly designed to fuck you over. So yeah, Psyche Origami just all their stuff in general, something to look at. The Danger Doom, Adult Swim. I can't remember if that was an album or an EP, but I fucking love that one. Oh, there was one more that was in my brain and I lost it. What was it? Not so much a project, but something that I always find myself coming back to. The duo freestyle of with Biggie and Tupac. Where they're just fucking it's just like it sounds like it was in like a warehouse or some shit from how it sounded when it was recorded. Like it wasn't just like a track. I'm pretty sure it was just like a DJ just playing shit on his turntables.
Yeah.
Like just that environment is just it's weird. I don't see it as much anymore. But a place I actually see it from time to time, since Western battle rap doesn't do beats anymore, you don't get a lot of that. But Japanese battle rap, they still have it. There's I forget the name of the show, but they have a thing where it's like they pick two beats and they have people, rap battle against each other, and that's actually where I found, this one rap idol in particular, which is where the concept of like being a rap idol came to me. I want to say her name, like I always mess up her name. I think it was like Riri. She was part of a group called, I think they were called Rhymeberry. And then part of another sort of alt idol group where she kind of did more like singing, like rock rap kind of stuff. I'll have to send it to you if I could find it. But yeah, that's another one that just in concept I really liked. Other projects, I feel like there's definitely one I'm gonna miss because it's so wide a range. But I think definitely all those are that come to mind immediately are definitely in my brain. I like those a lot.
Going hand in hand with that, I want to ask, who is the greatest of all time?
You can't ask that. Like, I'm very adamant with rap, because there's so many different ways you can do it. I like picking a greatest of all time is just so unfair. But if I were to say in terms of who I like the most, I think it would still be KRS-One. He just his perspectives on things and just I don't know. Whenever I think of like a dude who I just really look up to and just is such a solid figure in terms of hip hop, he comes to mind. Doubling back to I was forgetting a project to include to Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick.
Yeah.
Another really good one. Anyway, yeah, I think KRS-One though is I still would generally say is I wouldn't call him the greatest of all time. He's definitely my favorite. But I don't know. I really don't think there is a greatest of all time, because we're constantly seeing new MCs emerge. There's one guy I don't think gets enough love, named Akintoye. It's like Akintoye. He's a rap.
He's on TikTok. I remember him.
Yeah, you've definitely seen his stuff on TikTok. He hasn't been releasing stuff as frequently as he used to, but he's someone who has a very unique style, who I also take a lot of inspiration from in terms of just the delivery of his stuff. He's someone who I think people should definitely check out too. But it's like, again, he's a recent rapper. We're seeing people like him. There was another one who's kind of new, who was like emerging, but I don't know. It's like there's like Marlon Craft. I don't know. Anyway, I couldn't decide. Who's your favorite?
Who's my favorite? Who's the greatest of all time for me? It's Kendrick. And it's not even like me bandwagoning. It's me listening to Good Kid, Mad City back in 2013 and seeing him at like Made in America perform with a live band. So yeah, I've been
That
there. So
live music will definitely too. It's like it has such a magic way of, even if it's a song you didn't really fuck with the studio version of, you hear that live performance and it just changes your opinion on it. I've had that happen with so many songs. So yeah, no,
yeah.
and it's like I feel like I'm doing a disservice not mentioning Kendrick more, because I definitely do very heavily enjoy his stuff. It's just like his way of doing things and my way of doing things, like because I listen to stuff that I draw inspiration from, and it's like in a separate plane, I love his stuff, but it's like his stuff is it's too intertwined with a world I have no experience with. So drawing inspiration from that just doesn't feel fair.
I get that. Yeah.
It just feels like I'm not being true to myself, and just also like uh I'm putting on a persona in a bad way. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so but I definitely, like, I couldn't not say that, like, especially in recent years, it's like I've been really kind of digging into his stuff and just listening, because he definitely, the stories he tells in his music are so potent, and so they paint a picture. I don't quite know what the word for that is, but it's like
You can
you
definitely
re-
imagine it in your head for sure.
yeah. And I think especially like as a rapper, like telling a story in your stuff and still making it engaging is a really powerful tool. There was, I think it was it Ice Cube? I don't know. There was one rapper I listened to where the rap is literally just about he lost his hat on tour and like going back to going finding it. And I'm just like, fuck, I'm invested in this. This is cool. I think it might have been Ice Cube, but I just remember hearing a rap, like a song about that, and it was good. Or to, in terms of painting a picture, KRS-One has a song called Can't. I think it's just called Can't Wake Up, but it's about a dream he may or may not have had about being a blunt at a blunt rotation with a bunch of different people, and it's such a fascinating song, and like the chorus is like, I'm a blunt getting smoked dead, I can't wake up. And I'm just like, dude, all right, cool. Like it's again, it's like I really that's something I respect a lot of artists for, is being able to make you visualize what they're talking about in their lyrics. Because then it makes you engage with it more. I worry with music nowadays. We're getting more and more into an area of being overly commodified. Just sort of something to listen to, something to be in your ears, to fill silence, so you don't have to sit alone with your thoughts, you know. And not everyone approaches it like that. But I'm just seeing an increase of that, and that
Just like songs in a
worries.
playlist, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that worries me a bit. But I'm also not a doomer about it. Because there's still definitely plenty of people and musicians um who are not going that direction, and not it's really kind of the closer and deeper the more you get into the music industry sort of thing, like the mainstream industry, the more you'll see that. But it's like you kind of go on the outskirts, and you see that less. And that's not to say that all artists in the industry are like that, but it's like you find it easier when you're in that space, I find. So
See.
I don't know, that's
feel like-
my
yeah.
my whole thing on that.
I feel like for me, I love a concept album, like
Yeah.
like Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, On the Other Side of the Spectrum, The Incredible True Story. Oh, do I have it?
Yep. Oh,
The
for real?
Incredible True Story and Ultra 85, which go hand in hand because like Ultra 85 is a prequel, but like this is my
Right.
copy that I pre-ordered off of Logic's website, which came with like a poster signed by him, and it's just
That's
like,
cool.
a little scribble, which is like,
Yeah.
is that even by Logic? So but-
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that even him? That's
But, like,
funny.
I love when music has a storyline, or like when you can
Yeah.
visually, imagine it. So Good Kid, Mad City, it's Kendrick's youth. To Pimp a Butterfly, everything about that album. Even though I do love, I'm very much hot take. I do love Good Kid, Mad City out of pure nostalgia over To Pimp a Butterfly, but they're both very good.
Is that a controversial take? I don't
Yeah.
interact with Kendrick fans very
Yeah,
much.
people loved To Pimp a Butterfly way more.
Oh,
so-
yeah. I guess when comparing the two, yeah. No, I don't know. I especially like Good Kid, Mad City as a track. The fact that it's like two different songs, I just like, I love that shit. It's so cool. And also like one thing that I think Good Kid, Mad City highlights a bit better is it has elements of West Coast hip hop in there, and it highlights the fact that there different areas in the states alone do hip hop differently. You know, it's like West Coast hip hop has a lot of you'll see a lot of like a synthesizer like that kind of shit, which I love. Um, East Coast hip hop kind of specifically kind of contained in New York is a lot of that boom bap stuff, which paints the pictures of the industrial environment that the people are growing up in. You have Memphis rap, which is scary, like like some crazy shit that I love so much. You have like there's definitely other aspects of it. I mean, without going into like sub genres, it's like stuff that's kind of unique or more common in that geographical area. I think that's super cool. That like your environment is literally influencing your sound. I love that because it feels like more of the soul and more of the person, and their experiences being put into the music, and it's not just kind of like an anecdotal thing of like, yeah, this might have happened, and it's vague enough where it probably could have. It's like I don't know, I don't connect to that as much.
Right. But yeah, I would say yeah, cause like you did say like you listen to Kendrick, but you wouldn't like really take out of that, right?
Yeah, it's I think the closest I got is like again like Good Kid, Mad City as a concept album with because that was the one the in betweens about his friend getting shot, right?
Yeah.
Was that Good Kid, Mad City? Yeah,
Yep.
that was something where I liked that conceptually, and it's like with this one EP project I'm working on, I'm kind of doing something similar of like just telling a story in between, and he's definitely not the first one who's done it, but it's like that's his specific execution of it really resonated with me. Sort of telling a story through voicemails and just conversations and that kind of stuff. Um, I love that. And actually, ASAP Rocky, released an album not too long ago.
You did, yeah, yeah.
That has a lot of elements of that too. Um, which I don't if you've heard that one.
I've heard like one track, Helicopter, because
Listen
it was
to
like yeah.
oh, listen to the whole thing, please. It's so good because yeah, that has other elements of that in there, that are really cool, which, fuck man, like if I can go on a little tangent of like, non-idol artists I'd love to collaborate with,
Sure.
Dochi.
Ooh.
Would be so fucking fun to do a song with. I love her stuff so much. I don't know how much of her stuff you've listened to, but like she's someone who I feel like we have very similar aggressive sort of deliveries that really grab the attention of the listener. And so it's like I think if in some parallel world, if I ever got the chance to do a track with her, it's like I feel like our styles would mesh really well. Same thing with like Tyler. Like I feel like again, it's like distinct deliveries are where I would mesh well. I don't think I would, like, I don't think I would. I don't know. It's like because I hear a lot of songs where it's like, if the deliveries are too drastic, it kind of takes you out of it. Like there's a song with DMX on it, where all the others are kind of like very somber in their delivery, and the DMX comes in like been through the pain, been through the struggle, and it's like fuck, dude, like I get it, but it's not that kind of song. So it's like, you know, I say that and that, but like that song's still on my likes list. It's still a great song. But it's like yeah, I don't know. It's like there's definitely a lot of artists outside the idol scene I'd love to collaborate with. As far as producers go, someone like Moe Shop would be super fun. And then I always fuck up his name. I think it's like Mabu Naya. He did the soundtrack for Brand New Animal.
Oh, BNA, yeah.
Yeah. He has a particular song. It was just called Marie's theme. For like for the Mink character. That is one of the coolest pieces of fucking music I've ever listened to, and I never get tired of it. Um, and so it's like I'd love to do a song in that vein with him. That would be like that would be fucking that'd be so cool.
Ooh, I'll take one more question from C-Line, which is a pretty
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, ask away.
He asks, are there any pitfalls of songwriting that you would advise newcomer talents to avoid?
Oh, huh? I don't know, because some of them are personal. Like for me, I never like using the same word twice in a song unless it's in a chorus. But pitfalls, uh, hmm. Don't feel like you need to write the song all at once if you're feeling stuck. A lot of my songs, verses kind of trickle in bits and pieces. Um, I think most of the EP was like that. I had a couple cool bars, and then just sort of built those around that. Um, but like, yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones because it's like when I write, it's so stream of consciousness. Like I can't be too conscious when I do it, otherwise I'll hyper focus on things, and then like the stuff I make won't be as good. In general, like I have a problem with overthinking things and hyper focusing on certain elements. And so it's like, and especially when making the EP, that was something with the mixing side of things that was really tough. So I think that might be another thing. Don't hyper focus on details. Don't hyper focus on one certain bar. Try your best to kind of stay looking at the bigger picture and save the fine tuning and hyper focusing on the thing when it's like a semi-finished project, and use it as nitpicking. That's I think a piece of advice I'd give, like based on experience. Hmm. Don't be scared to draw influence from other people's writing. If there's something that might sound a little similar to so and so or such and such, it's like whatever. It's like creativity cannot exist in a vacuum. You're gonna get inspiration from somewhere, and maybe it might manifest in a similar way to someone else. And it's like worst case, you can just go back and tweak it later. But it's like if that's what it takes to get the thing out of your head, then do it. Which I think would be my final piece of advice. Get the thing out of your brain, because like my brain is not a good place to organize creative ideas, because I am having too many ideas too often. It gets jumbled up in there. I can't compartmentalize stuff. I can't come up with ideas just in my head. I have to bring it out into the thing. So that's a piece of advice. If that's something you struggle with, even if the thing's unfinished or is going to sound half baked, put it in a Word doc, put it on a pad and pen, however you do your stuff. My handwriting sucks, so I just type things. But yeah, that's my final piece of advice in terms of pitfalls is don't keep it in your head if it won't grow there. That's the long and short of it.
Well, this concludes this interview part of Idoleyez, but we have one more thing that we always have to do for some reason.
God, what are we doing? I forgot.
We are doing the worst pep talk ever, where I give you a pep talk for 1 minute, and it's always horrible. It's always off the dome. It's not.
No, be nice to me. I say nice things. I like this.
It's a terrible freestyle every single time.
You have to time yourself too.
Yes. EK, you're probably one of the most unique Kyoudai idols because you are probably one of the only ones that leans into hip hop and rap. So
it's true.
And as someone who has been a big hip hop fan ever since I was a kid, I am gonna, try to support you as much as I can, because we love unique concepts and we love, all idol, straying away from the traditional concept of being an idol. I love. So I am gonna support you wholeheartedly. I love the EP, and whenever the physical CD will drop, I will definitely get it because I loved
Oh, thank you.
all 4 tracks. I loved.
I'm glad.
I especially loved KIC with Pengi.
I'm glad. I'm great. That was the one. Like if I may interrupt really quickly, it's
Yeah,
like
you're good.
that was one I had a very specific way I wanted it to sound, and like I didn't quite get it in terms of mixing, but like that was one that I'm just like, I don't know that to me in terms of how it turned out. Not even, and that's not like Pengi did great in terms of my finished product. I felt it like it was kind of lacking compared to the other tracks. Like, so hearing because you're not the first person who said that was their favorite, and that makes me really happy to hear. Um, and I'm also just like I'm eternally grateful to Pengi for taking that chance with me.
I love the chemistry between both of you, like going or like the
Back and forth.
between, yeah, back and forth. I would say
We definitely
yes,
have similar enough vibes in terms of how we carry ourselves, so I think that just ended up working
for
out
sure.
pretty well.
But yeah, all 4 tracks are really good, and I really want to see what you are gonna do in the future. If it's gonna be
Thank
another
you.
EP or another like single, I will definitely listen to it, cause like original music I love, especially in
Mhm,
this community where a lot of people cover stuff. Which again,
mhm.
I love covers.
It's fine.
Also, original
Yeah.
music, God, yes.
Mhm.
But yeah, keep doing what you got to do, and I will. Hopefully, I can see you perform IRL someday. So
Yeah. No, I'm hoping I'll be in a position in my life where I can do more con appearances like around the states and not just be bound to the West Coast, because like there's so many events in on the East Coast especially that I'd love to try to put applications in for. I know does MomoCon have an idol thing? I don't know if they do.
I don't think so.
Maybe
No.
maybe I'm thinking of Anime Weekend Atlanta.
Yeah, AWA
That
does. Yeah,
that's the one, yeah.
yeah. Cause like
Um
who was it? Moe Age, Vivaria. I think Flair were there last year. Pengi
yeah.
was there. Yeah, it's a lot
I
of
was
people.
there, and I know for sure Pengi was there.
Yeah, but
So yeah.
minute
I
38.
appreciate
So
this is kind of my fault.
no, you're good.
I,
But
I really appreciate that. Thank you. It's like when I'm in kind of my own bubble, like making stuff, it's hard to kind of know people's opinions on it. And so it's like any and all like hearing people say they enjoy my stuff makes me want to do it more, which is cool. So I appreciate that.
oh, Jukebox says MomoCon does have an Idol Fest. Shout out Juke, by the way.
Okay,
And
sick.
shout out Rena.
I was gonna say I feel like I saw Juke at
USIF.
were they at Oda? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's where I saw them. Yeah, no, okay, I remember. Yeah, you were cool, Juke. Hi.
But yeah,
I gotta check you.
that's about it for me. If you have not followed EK, you can follow or you can go to their link tree.
I got a link tree. It's got
Oh my
I
god, that's a
got-
gigantic link. Oh my god.
I got
That's on Instagram. Instagram, what's with the embed? There we go.
I got an Instagram. I got a Twitter. I got a SoundCloud. I got a Bandcamp. I'm hopefully gonna have a website soon. That's a side project I'm trying to work on, like with a blog spot. So keep an eye out for that. I also want to say, you cropped my thing. I don't know if you can see it. If you look to the side, I had this whole bit prepared where I had a bunch of different versions of this background that I have, where more and more moths were gonna keep coming into my room until like, hold on, let me switch it to like at least one where the audience will be able to see. Yeah, until my room is just full of these moths. But like when I saw it was cropped and you couldn't see the window, I was just like, oh man, I can't do this bit now.
Oh,
So I just
no.
I wanted to bring attention to that before the interview ended. I had something prepared.
But yeah, follow EK. He's cool. Can't wait for future releases whenever that may be. But this won't be it for this week for Idolize. I am just
We still got more.
we got a lot more. I'm just like making up for two months worth of hiatus. But on Sunday, we got non-tweet. Oh my, which is crazy because episode 0 of me just creating this show. I wanted non-tweet on, and now 2 years later, they're here.
I was gonna say, have you? Is this your first time having them on?
Yeah, very first.
Oh,
time.
far out.
So it's crazy. Oh my god, I mean, like, I kind of, I bless you, EK, for rebooking
Oh yeah,
this
no sweat.
interview like 2 days before non-suite, because I was stressing out for this interview. So like this interview, this episode made me chill out because I could talk about
a warm-up.
hip-hop. It's a I
Yeah.
mean, it made me talk about my interests with hip-hop with you, so I'm like, yes.
Yeah,
So I'm
of
not
course,
less
dude.
I'm less stressed out for this.
That's good. I'm
interview.
glad. That's what I'm here for, man.
But yeah, and then on Tuesday we got Heidi Honey, who
Let's go!
June 15th. Heidi Honey will be on the show. She will be having a Seitensai, I think, a couple weeks from now in Maryland.
I was gonna say.
Along with
Yeah.
IB. I'm pretty sure Rena Keaton is performing, who was in the chat a little
That's
bit
right.
earlier.
Yeah, I actually found out about that because they're also on Rain City Idol committee with me, so I found that out like just a couple days ago. Yeah,
But yeah,
that's exciting.
93,
Also,
94.
shouts out Rena Keaton also, not to take away from Heidi, but like
Rena's cool.
Rena's cool.
But yeah, 93, 94, non-sweet, Heidi Honey. We have Shira.
Getting close to
on
100. That's
Friday.
exciting.
Very close. I think we have. I'm booked up to like 96/97, so
Ooh.
very close. 3 more, and then we'll. I don't know what I'm gonna do for 100. I really don't know what I'm gonna do.
Get an idol to interview you.
Oh God, no. I'm not interesting, and it shows. I did the.
That's a lie.
I did the Japan 2026 trip stream. Never again. I hate doing solo streams, and I hate talking about myself. So no.
Man. No,
Um,
I get it though.
But yeah, lots of Idolize coming. Stan EK, and yeah, we'll see you on Sunday. Oh, VOD will be up.
Keep your idolize peeled for his next cool things.
Yeah.
You better watch them or else I'll find out.
VOD will be up tomorrow on YouTube. I'll probably post about it on IG and Twitter, and I'll tag EK, and EK will retweet it or post about it also.
right.
So.
That's right. You know I will.
But yeah, that's all from me and from me. EK, any last words?
I love you.
But we'll be going to the ending screen. Thank you everyone for being here and watching on the VOD as well. Shout out to you if you are watching the VOD. And we'll be going to our ending screen. Take care, brush hair, be kind, rewind. We'll be going to the ending screen. Bye bye. 3, a 2, a 1.